Okay, good afternoon. Right, so today we'll get back to, now we have finished the 2018 paper, both first paper and second paper. And now, last time we finished another topic also. So today we want to move on to 2019 paper. Okay, 2019 paper, and possibly we want to finish the MCQ as much as possible. Okay, right, so let's move. Right, 2019. So let me open the quiz answers. Right. So let's do it. We'll do it faster now because we have done full paper 2018 paper. Yes, we did 2018 paper. And so let's do it. You must have already tried out this, by the way. Right. Question number 1. Which of the following is a hardware device that maps virtual address to physical address? That is related to memory management. Remember, the programs refers to virtual address or logical address, whereas in reality, what you have is physical address. We discussed that under memory management in OS. So bus is not the one. Bus is for data transmission. Cache memory is not related to this. Cache memory is to speed up the accessing data. Control unit basically generate control signals according to the machine code. Definitely memory management unit is doing this. And registries are just memory locations in the processor. So therefore answer must be, did we do this question? Yes, answer must be fourth one. Yes, correct. Answer is definitely fourth one. Yes, answer is fourth one. Okay. Right, so let's move on to second one. And if you have any questions only, we can discuss. Otherwise, we'll move fast. Right, second question. Which of the following represents the bitwise AND operation of the two binary numbers? So that is super easy question. So you just take the two numbers, this and this. This is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So then it AND operation means when both 1 only 1, otherwise 0. Right? So 1 and 0, 0. 0 and 1, 0. 1 and 0, 0. 0 and 1, 0, 1 and 0, 0, 0 and 1, 0, 1 and 0, 0, 0 and 1, 0. So that means all are zeros. Because this is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. This is 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. So none of the cases you get both 1. So the answer is obviously 1. Okay, obviously 1. So let's do it fast because it looks like very simple questions. Yes. Right, third one. Use of the public key and private key in encryption decryption process is called. Remember, there are two ways you can do encryption decryption. If you use the same key for both encryption and decryption, that is called symmetric or private key, which is less frequently used because then you must trust that the sender will not reveal that private key to others because you use the same key for decryption. But when it comes to something like public website, like bank, YouTube, Facebook, so they have to rely on public key encryption. So they keep the private key with them and they share the public key to anyone. So the idea is when you encrypt using that public key, only that using the private key you can decrypt and you only have the private key receiver. Okay, right. So another name for public key is asymmetric key because you use two different keys. Right. Use of public key and private key encryption and decryption process is called This is public key and private key. So that means two keys. Okay. I'm not very sure how the wording is done. Maybe they are talking to use of public key and private key. That is, maybe they are referring to two keys. Okay. So therefore, it's not private key encryption. It is not symmetric encryption. There's nothing called hybrid encryption. So it's pretty much asymmetric key, asymmetric encryption. Of course, this is also digital encryption, but I will go for asymmetric because two different keys, public key, private key. So public key is given to anyone for encryption. Private key is the one that we use for decryption. So I'll go for 1. Okay, 1. So let's double check the answer. Yes, third one answer is 1. Okay, 1. Right, fourth question. In a particular network, each node is connected directly to central network device. Right? Each node is connected directly to a central network device. This topology is refers to as, that is, star, because everyone is connected to the central device, that is your hub or switch or maybe router. Okay. So that is answer is 5, star topology. Right, 5. So far this paper looks super simple. Right. Fifth question. Consider the following activities related to e-commerce. E-commerce. Which of the above activities represents pure click type business model? Pure click means you only sell online. You don't have a physical store. No, your customers can't visit your physical stores and buy. So remember what are the categories? Pure click, pure brick. Of course, pure brick is not into the business. Then the click and brick or brick and click. Right. Online purchase of pair of shoes. Right. So it looks like pure click because you buy online. Okay. But anyway, let's see. Online purchase of a ebook of your favorite novel. So that also looks like the same. Online booking of a taxi to the airport from your home. Now this is a tricky one. Okay. Because it looks like all three are sort of a pure click. Right? Online purchase of a pair of shoes. Online purchase of a ebook of your favorite novel. Okay. Online booking of a taxi to the airport from your home. But when it comes to booking a taxi, at least the service is done physically. Okay, so therefore, in a way, this is very poor question for me. A very fussy question. This is not a very clear-cut question, but maybe I can get rid of C. Maybe. Because anyway, you take the service physically. So therefore, I'm okay with A and B because pair of shoes. Of course, shoes also they need to give it to you, deliver it to you. But anyway, that is still we can consider it as pure click because you don't physically visit the stores. I don't know whether examiner will only go for B, but I will go for A and B both. But you can see A and B is not there. Okay. So A and B both the answer is not there. So then of course we have no other option but to go for maybe B because there are nothing physically is there. Nothing physically is there. It's sort of a e-book. But anyway, this is very poorly worded question. Okay. So anyway, I have no option but to go for B. But it looks like both A and B are PO click for me. Because PO click is not only for the virtual products. There are PO click businesses, like even eBay is a PO click business. Amazon is PO click because only you can get things online. But anyway, it looks like the examiner is more concerned about no physical interactions at all. Maybe I'm not very sure. So I'll go for B. but still I feel like the answer should have been A and B. Okay. Shoes can be bought offline, but here they have not mentioned anything, like online but this says online purchase of a pair of shoes. So it doesn't say, because there can be a business organization, they only sell online. If they only sell online, it's a click, pure click, because you can't go and buy. So I'll go for B because that is the only option available for in the answers. Let's look at the answer for the fifth thought. Yes, examiner has taken the second one, only B. But anyway, that is little bit, not little bit, highly debatable answer. Okay. Right, sixth one. Which of the following shows? Okay, let's anyway. I want to clarify this again. Let's ask from ChatGPT what is mean by pure click. Maybe examiner has a valid point. Okay, because I'm not always thinking that I'm 100% correct all the time. So let's ask from ChatGPT just to verify. What is the exact word they had used? Pure click. Pure click business with examples. Let's say the physical products are not considered, maybe, right? Right. No physical stores. POPs don't have brick and mortar locations. Like you can see Amazon. So you can buy from Amazon, you can buy like something like a even smartphone, toy, but that is still pure click. Still pure click. eBay. So, so in eBay, it's not only digital things. So therefore, that is why I told you that straight away the answer should have been both, right? Both A and B, but both A and B is not there. That is why I took B. Okay. Still, the answer should have been A and B. Pure click means you can only buy online. It can be physical things. It can be physical things. Right. Question number 6. Which of the following shows the correct order of software testing? Right. So what kind of testing we first do? Unit testing is done first. You test individual units. Okay. So then you integrate those modules or units together and test whether those units can be properly integrated. That is integration testing. Okay. So then the system testing, that is you test the system as a whole. And finally, it is user acceptance testing where the end users test to whether to accept or reject. So therefore, answer must be fourth one. Answer must be fourth one. 6. Yes, answer is 4. Question number 7. So, a software development company, first I will read the question. What is the most suitable software development process model for this project? Because otherwise I waste my time, because now I have the context. Now I can read the question in the proper context. A software development company identifies that their new system development project has complex requirements. So if it is complex requirements, maybe we can't do very fast, and has a medium to high risk level. Okay. High risk means usually it's not very good for go for agile, because agile is short cycles, you develop it quick and fast. And here they have given 2 hints: complex requirements, medium to high risk. Further, an evaluation is needed to clear the requirements. You can see the requirements are not very clear. And significant changes are expected during the system development. But at the same time, changes are anticipated. So therefore, we can't go for waterfall as well, because waterfall is when requirements are stable. That is where we can analyze and finish and then design and finish. So therefore, I will not go for waterfall because changes are expected during system development. I will not go for agile because it looks like high risky, complex requirements and so on as well. Okay. So this is always a fuzzy question, but at least I try to increase the high probability of getting into the correct answer, because this is anyway fuzzy question. Okay. Again, I will not go for rapid application development because it says medium to high risk level, complex, and so on. Right. So now I have only two answers, but other thing is if you eliminate the correct answer, that is also bad, right? But anyway, we need to take risk in this kind of situation. Right. So which one I will select? 2 or 4. Medium to high risk level, complex requirements, significant changes are expected. Maybe I'll go for spiral. But because prototyping is when we need to do a lot of evaluations, but anyway, they say changes are expected. Okay. So it's sort of a 50-50 because I can't select the two answers. So it spiral is also sort of iterative and we can adapt. Therefore, I'll go for spiral, but it's sort of a 50-50. Maybe examiner select prototyping or maybe spiral. But I'll go for spiral because anyway we need to find a mark and answer. 7th. Examiner's answer is 4th one, spiral. 4th one, spiral. Anyway, that is also very fuzzy. Fuzzy means there's fuzziness is between these two. Right. 8th question. Which of the following made a significant contribution to the growth of ICT usage? Which of the following made a significant contribution to the growth of ICT usage? Right. Use of ICT. Exponential progress. Exponential means very quick, like this. Exponential progress of the semiconductor technology paving the way for low-cost hardware. So that is correct, right? So when the cost is getting low, more and more people can buy it. So when more and more people can afford a computer, smartphone, so that grows the use of ICT. So I'll say yes. Introduction of user-friendly software and interactions to computers. So that is also good, right? So when the software become more and more user-friendly, more and more people use it. More and more people use it. So therefore, I'll go for that also. Merge of computer and communication technologies to produce smart mobile devices. So that is also good because now it's ICT. The computer technologies, the computer and phones have merged into a smartphone, tabs and so on. So now we need only one device. Most of, not everyone, but majority, they just need one device which just both communication and computing. So I'll say all three. I'll go for 5th one. Yes, answer is 5. 9th question. Which of the following is correct statement to connect to login PHP from HTML form? Right. So remember, it must be method get to post and action must be login PHP file. So therefore, action can't be get. It must be method must be get to post. There's nothing called submit. There's nothing called target. Okay. And here also there's something called nothing called submit. So therefore it must be action to log in PHP. Method can be get to post. So the answer is obviously 2. So ninth one answer is 2. That is easy question. 10th question. Which of the following HTML code lines is correct to create a hyperlink towards Department of Examinations using the URL this? So you must use href, not src. So src is for images and so on. And href must be the hyperlink, not the description. So therefore this is wrong. Now what about this? So Department of Examination must be your text, not the ALT. It must be your text. So therefore answer is second one. 10 second. Right. So now we have done about 1/4 of the paper. So far I'm sort of 100 out of 100. You should be able to get, right, if not 100, maybe 9, more than 90 for this paper. More than 90. Right. 11th question. Again, I'll read the question. Which of the following operating system feature have been used by the above user? Okay. Context switching, file management, virtual memory. Right. Now I have the background. Now I can read. On his single processor computer, a user starts spreadsheet application and create a new spreadsheet. To get some information required for the spreadsheet, he opens large database using his database management system. After completing his spreadsheet, he save it. Which of the following is? So definitely context switching, because you can see that this guy is doing two things: working with the spreadsheet application and working with the database application. So that means multitasking. So internally, multitasking is handled by context switching. And this question says after completing his spreadsheet, he save it. So that is file management. Of course, virtual memory might have been used, but in this explanation, this description, they have never mentioned anything related to virtual memory. So virtual memory is you borrow part of your secondary storage as an extension to the memory. But yes, they at any time computer can use it. But I don't think that they have mentioned like that. Okay. But at the same time, it's a large database. Okay. So that is a bit of a clue there. And the examiner has even make it bold. So that is bit of hint, maybe, but anyway, that is a very bad way because it should have been more specific. So when we say large database, but it doesn't mean that always we look at all the data as well. But because this is bold also, right? Because this is bold also, might be examiner go for virtual memory. But anyway, it's a very poorly worded question again. It should have been much more specific. So therefore, anyway, the A and B only answer is also there. All answer is also there. So because of this bold word large database, maybe I will go for 5. Because usually examiner when bold something, it's sort of emphasizing something. Okay. Maybe I'll go for 5, but I don't know whether the examiner will still take 3, but because of this large, the word large, I'll go for 5. Okay. Yes. Yes, so that is valid point. So let's see what is examiner's answer. Yes, examiner has taken 5th one. Yeah, probably because of this word large. Because when it is bold, so basically examiner try to tell you or give you a hint. Okay. But otherwise, it's not always used. Right. 12. A smart environment can be created. Right. Again, let's read the question. Which of the following statement is correct about IoT? Right. Smart environment can be created by having an interconnected network of hardware devices, sensors, connectivity, and required software, which is often referred to as Internet of Things. Correct. Which of the following statement is correct about IoT? So usually IoT is you have hardware with sensors, some software interconnected through network or sometimes even interconnected through internet. So those are the properties of IoT. Right. So now let's read the answers. Every IoT device on item must be connected using UTP cable. So there is no such requirement. So UTP means unshielded twisted pair. That is normal copper wires. But there are plenty of IoT devices these days with Wi-Fi, wireless connectivity. So therefore, I'll say no. If an item of an IoT setup fails to operate, the entire IoT setup will be shut down. No, there is no such requirement. If one device is down, still the other devices must be working. IoT environments cannot be monitored and controlled remotely. Of course, we can. That is why we say Internet of Things. That can be even connected to internet and someone from mobile phone or whatever, they can monitor, control. Because it says cannot, I will say no. Modern smart mobile phones cannot be connected to IoT. No, it can be. So then obviously answer must be the final one. The internet connectivity is not essential for IoT setup to function. Of course, yes. Right. Though we call it Internet of Things, it doesn't mean that internet is a must. Maybe your local area network is good enough for those devices to collaborate and so on. Only thing is then you can't access it from outside. But maybe you are also inside the house. So then you can monitor it and blah blah blah, even though you don't have connected it to internet. So therefore, though we call it Internet of Things, connecting to internet is not a must for IoT to operate. It can be your local area network or your home area network. So I'll go for fifth one because it says not essential. Yes, not essential. So I'll go for fifth one. Answer is 5. Yes. So I hope that answer is clear. Okay. Right. 13. Which of the following indicates a non-functional requirements? So you know that functionalities can be subdivided into functional requirements and non-functional requirements. Functional requirements are the functionalities. Like we must be able to add an order, cancel an order, do a payment. It depends on your system. Non-functional requirements are quality attributes and so on, like user friendliness, reliability, maintainability, efficiency, security, that kind of things. Those are also requirements. Right, now let's read. A user shall be allowed to upload an image to the system to be used as his or her profile picture. That is definitely a functional requirement, not a non-functional. It's a functional requirement. It's a functionality. The correct invoice value should be calculated, including applicable tax rates at the checkout. So that is functionality, right? Of course, it says correct value. Accuracy is maybe non-functional, but it says calculating the tax invoice value and so on. That is sort of a functionality for me. So basically calculating the invoice value is functional. using tax rates and so on. Of course, it must be correct. Right? So therefore, I'll still go for this as a functional requirement because it's a calculation and so on. The system must satisfy 99.9% availability of service. That means the system must be up and running almost all the time. That is something to do with reliability, availability. It's not a functionality. It's a quality attribute. It's an expectation of the system, not a functionality implementation. So I'll go for non-functional requirement. So therefore, I'll go for only C. So my answer is for 13, it is 3. Yes. So any doubt, anything that you need to clarify? Right, 14 question. Consider the process transition diagram in the figure. Process transition diagram. So you can see it goes from A to C, C to A. That means probably ready and running. Because that is where you can go here and there. But anyway, that is one possibility only. Maybe this is block state, waiting for input output, but no, it can't be. If it goes like that, it can't go there. It can't go there. Oh, yes, right. Yeah, then maybe this is ready, this is running. From running, it can go there and then come back to ready. So therefore, I will refine it because so maybe then this is running, sorry, ready, and this is running. Because you can see it goes running to ready, ready to running. You should, that is where you will go like this most of the time. Right. So maybe then this is running, you go to the block, you coming back to ready. That is one possibility. Okay, one possibility. Right. So now let's look at. I don't think this any one of these can be, but yeah, new, because if it is this is new, you can't come back to new. So therefore, I'll get rid of those say having new. Okay, because I don't see any possibility of any of this becoming new. Because you can go from new, but you cannot come to the new. Because new is your first state. So therefore, you can see coming, going. Coming two ways. Again, coming, going. So therefore, I'll get rid of new. Now I'll take maybe B is the block state. A is running. C is ready. So therefore, I'll go for fourth one. Here, that one say A is ready. No, A can't be ready. When you are in ready state, you can't go to something like that. And from that state, you can't go to running. Okay. So therefore, answer must be fourth one. That is a very good question actually. Check whether you're really serious about your process transitions. I'll go for fourth one. Yes, fourth one. Right. 15 question, 15 to 17, you must use this data. In which normal form does the above table exist? So first check whether it is first normal. If it is not first normal, it is 0. Then you check whether it's second. You go only in that sequence, right? You don't straight away go and check whether it's second, third, or whatever. Right. Is it first normal? First normal form means your data must be atomic. So that means something like you can't have Nimal and Kamal. This phone number and that phone number. So this is clearly atomic value. Event ID is atomic. Event name is atomic. You can't have two names. So therefore, I'll say it is not 0 because at least now it is in first normal. It is first normal form. But when it is in first normal form, now you need to check whether it is in second normal. Second normal form says your non-key attributes must fully depends on the primary key, not partially. Not partially. So there's a bad thing examiner has done, that is examiner has not asked, given you what is the primary key. That is bad. But anyway, by looking at the name and so on, you can guess it. You can say student sport. Usually when you combine two names, it's a connecting table. Remember we discussed like employee can work for many projects, project can have many employees. So then we created the connecting table called employee project. So students can attend many, register for many courses, course can have many students, many to many. So then you need to have sort of a student course connecting table. So therefore, this looks like a connecting table. Student ID, event ID. One student can connect it to many events. One event can be connected to many students. You can see the same event ID, but different students. And also you can see same students, but different event IDs. Yes, so therefore this must be connecting table of a many-to-many relationship, because many-to-many relationship becomes to one-to-many relationships when you have the connecting table. So we have discussed. And if you have forgotten these, recordings are available. You can again go through. That is why I'm not doing a revision again, because this is not a physical class. So you can always get back to the recordings and right. That is why I'm not doing a revision. Okay. Rather than I'm just concentrating on answers. Right. So therefore, this looks like a connecting table. So therefore, I will assume this is your composite primary key. This and this together. So then this is the non-key attribute. If non-key attribute fully depends on the primary key, that is both, it is in second normal form. Otherwise, it is not in second normal form. And clearly you can see that event name is related to event ID only. It has nothing to do with the student ID. Your event name is going to be affected or changed by depend on student ID. So therefore, this is definitely not something, this event name must not be in this table. Rather, it must be in event table. Event table. So therefore, this is definitely not in second normal form. I have no doubts about that. Because this attribute depends only on event ID. It doesn't depend on totality. So therefore, I'll go for first normal form, because it is in first normal but not in second normal. So therefore, when it is in first normal and not in second normal, you need to tell the highest value, that is first. So 15th answer is second one. Second. So if you have any questions, doubts, anything that you want to clarify, let me know. Otherwise, I'll go forward. Right. 16th question. Consider the following statement regarding the above table. Which of the above statement is correct? It has a composite primary key. Yes, because it's a connecting table. This should be the composite primary key. I'll say yes. Event name attribute is fully dependent on primary key student sport table. No, that was the issue. Event name is not fully depending. It's depending only on part of it, event ID. So therefore, this is wrong. It is not fully depending on the primary key. Primary key is this combination, composite primary key. Event ID is a candidate key. No. Candidate key is this combination. Right? This combination. Not event ID is just part of a candidate. Of course, the candidate key is event ID, student ID combination. And of course, you can take it as your primary key as well. Okay. So I'll say no. If examiner take this C as answer, that is, I'm very upset with the examiner active. Because definitely this is not a correct answer. Right. So therefore, I will go for A only. 16th, I will go for 1. Yes, 1. Correct. Okay. Right. 17th question. It is required to add a new field called age to the student sport table. So you need to add it to here. I don't know whether age is a good attribute for this because it looks like age is not related to this. Okay, but anyway, let's assume it that is some weird requirement. And the values of the field must be greater than 10. So there's a restriction, constraint. The age must be greater than 10. Which one is the correct SQL statement to implement the above requirement? So now you need to do alter table because you're adding a field. So therefore, update table doesn't work. Now you can see straight away I get rid of two answers. Because update is to update the data. Alter is the one we use to alter the structure. Right. Alter table, student sport. So that part is the same in all three answers. So then you need to add a field called check. Sorry. Add a new field. Okay. Add a new field called age. And the value of the field must be greater than 10. So it looks like this is a change. It looks like all five answers are wrong because you need to say add field name. So no way I can see the field name age. And then you need to do the check. So of course the where can't be there. Where is for the update statement. So therefore this is also wrong. You don't give add validation using set. This is also wrong. This is somewhat okay, but this is also wrong because it doesn't give you the field name. So you must say alter table student sport add age and also the data type. Add age maybe integer, then check age greater than 10. So this is the closest answer. So therefore I'll mark it. But ideally examiner must give all the students marks for all the students because this one is also missing the field name. So clearly the field name is not there. But this is the closest because even if the examiner doesn't give all the students the marks, I'm having a risk. So therefore I will anyway mark. I will anyway mark. But this is also not a correct answer. But always safe to mark maybe the closest one. Closest one. But I hope all the students are given marks. Let's see the answers. Yes, you can see all because that is a mistake by the examiner. Right. But anyway, only issue is here the field name is not there and the data type is not there. So the rest of the stuff is okay. Check age greater than 10, that is fine. Okay. So anyway, all the students get the mark for that. 18. Which of the following SQL command is not available in the data manipulation language? DML. Remember data definition language, that is create, alter, drop. Data query language, select. Data manipulation language, insert, update, delete. Okay. But some people take select also as a data manipulation, but not really. So how do you subdivide? Data definition language, or create, alter, drop. Data query language, select. Data manipulation is insert, update, delete. Right. So create is not available for DML. Delete is DML. Insert is DML. Update is DML. Actually, select is not DML really, but some people consider select as a DML. So therefore, actually, I have two wrong answers, but out of these, create is definitely DL. So this is some people take this as DML. So therefore, I'll go for one, but again, this is not a very good answer. I don't know if the examiner will give marks to every student because there are two correct answers. But anyway, because some people consider select as a DML loosely. So therefore, anyway, I'll go for create. So that anyway, I get the full marks. Okay. Anyway, I'm targeting the full marks. So 18, I'll go for 1. Yes, examiner has considered 1. So that means examiner has loosely considered select also as DM. Because some books, especially in the older approach, select was considered as DML, and it's still some lot of people consider select as a DML. Okay, anyway, we'll ask from the uh, chat GPT how chat GPT categorizing. Okay, so what are the types of SQL statements? Let's say with the chat GPT, of course, there's another category called data control language and so on, but that is sort of outside your syllabus. Okay. Yeah, data definition language, create, alter, drop. Okay, truncate also if you want, you can take. Then data manipulation. Okay, you can see that the chat GPT also has taken select as a data manipulation, but at the same time, you can see they have taken select as data query language also. So you can see that chat GPT has considered select as both data manipulation and data query. Okay. So then, of course, the transaction control language is beyond your syllabus. That is related to transaction handling, and data control language is related to security. But that is outside your syllabus. So even the chat GPT has take select as both data manipulation and data query. So therefore, um, anyway, we can go with the examiner's answer. Anyway, I'll also get the full. I also get the full marks for that because I selected the create. Okay, create. Right, 19th question. In the memory hierarchy diagram, so hierarchy in the top, you have the registries. So you are getting close and close to the processor. And of course, registries are inside the processor. So therefore, A must be processor registers or registries. Processor registries. Then cache memory. So then this must be RAM or the main memory. Then solid state storage. Uh, optical disk. So what is in between solid state storage and optical disk? That is, anyway, A can't be magnetic tape. So I'll first get rid of obvious wrong. A can't be random access memory because cache memory is below. So these three processor registries. Of course, B can't be hard disk. So therefore, I'll get rid of this also. Now I have only two. B is RAM correct. And then, of course, C can't be magnetic tape because magnetic tape must be something like tertiary storage, backup storage. Okay, but maybe hard disk. Then solid state storage, I don't, maybe after solid state storage, you have taken hard disk, but those are pretty much in the same level. And magnetic tape last. So therefore, the closest answer for me is B, sorry, for me is C. C for the third one. Registries, RAM, magnetic disk, magnetic tape. So they have taken after solid state storage magnetic disk, but active solid state storage and magnetic disk is sort of same level. But do they talk about the speed? No, they are not talking about the speed. But anyway, the reasonable answer is obviously, actually, definitely the answer must be third one, 19. Yes, answer is third one. Right, 20th. Which of the following represent the results of the binary arithmetic operation? Right, so that is super easy question. If you know your subject. So we discuss how to subtract, add, not only add and subtract, we even discuss multiplication and division. 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0. From that you need to subtract 0 1 0 1 0 1 0 1. Right, 0 minus 1, you can't, you need to borrow. What you get is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. Now what you are getting is from not this guy, from this guy. So therefore now this guy has 1, just like this guy get 10 and this guy has 9. Therefore this guy has 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. And now this guy has only 0 because this guy has given it. So therefore it has to borrow from the other guy. You will get 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. And now this guy has 0, 0 minus 0 is 0. Now we need to borrow it from this guy. This guy get 2, this guy has 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. And this guy has 1, 1 minus 0 is 1. Now this guy has 0. So therefore we need to borrow it from this guy. What we get is 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. So the answer is 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Okay. And of course, there's a 0 here, which is of course no value. So therefore 0, triple 1, 0, triple 1. Do we have such answer? Yes, 0, triple 1, 0, triple 1. So the answer must be third one. Answer must be third one, 20th. Is it clear or you need more explanation? So again, I will explain. So 0 minus 1, you can't. You need to borrow. But you have to borrow from this guy. So therefore, this guy will have only 0. But this guy get 1 now. Out of 2, it's giving power of 2 to this guy. But this guy get 2. This guy has 1. Your 10 is 2. 9 is 1. Because this is binary. And 2 minus 1 is 1. Then 1 minus 0 is 1. Now this guy has 0. Okay. 0 minus 1 you can't. You have to borrow. You get 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. And now this guy has 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. And so on. If you find it really, really difficult, other option is convert this into base 10. Convert this into base 10. Then do the subtraction in the base 10. And then convert that answer back to base 2. That will take more time. But if you really, really can't understand, oh, you find it really difficult to do the subtraction in binary level, that is the second option. But it will take more time. So make sure you do it very fast. Okay. Make sure you do it very fast. Right. So now we are in the halfway because we have only picked how many questions are there? Yeah, 50. Still we are not in the halfway. We have only come to the 20th question, right? But anyway, now we are in the halfway in the paper because you get 2 hours, but we are almost into the halfway. But anyway, the second half of the questions take more time. So therefore, when you get into something like 25th answer question, you must reach it maybe by 40 minutes. 40 minutes because the other 25 questions take more time because you have the programming questions, networking questions, more and more in the other half. Of course, still we have not get into the half of as well because I'm explaining things and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Anyway, we'll take a small break. After the break, we'll continue with the 21st question onwards. Now you can see today we are doing it faster than last paper. Okay. Maybe we can finish the entire paper today. Okay. Right. So we'll start at 5. We'll start at 5. Okay, so let's continue. Right, let's continue from 21. Which of the following statement is correct about 2's complement? So remember 2's complement notation is used because there are simpler approaches like sign bit and so on. But 2's complement you need to, like for negative numbers, you need to sub bits and add one. So it looks complicated, but the advantage is there are two main advantages. The major advantage is your subtraction is also now addition. So subtraction is basically adding positive number and negative number. So the advantage of one's complement is in one's complement, 0 is represented twice. So you are wasting one bit pattern. But in 2's complement, 0 is represented using only one bit pattern. So those are the two main advantages. Right. A. Subtraction is carried out as addition. That is definitely correct. That is the main advantage. That is the main use for of 2's complement. Calculations are more efficient. In a way, yes, because usually addition is faster than subtraction. But anyway, let's look at it. Keep it. It is possible to represent negative numbers within the 2's complement. Of course, it is possible. It is possible. That is obvious thing. So therefore, we can take it as also as a correct answer. So luckily, AC only is not there. So therefore, we can take B also. Because usually addition is faster because with subtraction, you need to borrow bits. Sometimes you need to borrow from further away, right? But addition is just add it, carry, and remainder. Carry, remainder, carry, remainder. Remember we discussed about the adder and how to design adder using logic gates. So I'll go for 5. I'll go for 5. Yes, examiner's answer is also 5. Right, examiner's answer is also 5. Right, 22. If you need further clarification, you need to tell 22. Which of the following statements correctly describe or describes hackers? Okay. Remember, there are two words, hacker, cracker. Sometimes commonly we use the word hacker for both, but technically, so this is hacker, this is cracker. So, and sometimes both are called hackers. That is in general, but I don't know whether the answer is going to be specific. If you take it as a general terms, hacker means someone who try to access resources illegally, like accessing a server or someone. But if you go into more precise definition, hacker is someone who is doing it for fun or just for curiosity. Cracker is one doing it for malicious or vicious purposes like destroying the resources and so on. And let's see whether the examiner is interested in this general word or specific word. Okay. Because they say hackers. They are bored and lonely antisocial teenagers who attack computer system as a challenge and sometimes for profit. So if you take it as the general term, correct. But if you take it as a specific term, this is more for cracker because it says for profit also. If you do it for profit, money, that is usually a cracker. But if you take hacker as a general term, this is correct. So this is again fussy question. That is very unfair. But anyway, the world is not always fair. Therefore, let's try to survive. Right. They are IT skilled people who attack computer systems of individuals and businesses as a form of competition. Okay. As a form of competition. Right. Let's read the C also. They are organized crime groups that deploy highly automated and sometimes highly targeted attack against computer systems of individuals and business for certain benefit. So for me, it looks like examiner is more interested about hacker versus cracker. That is by my impression by reading the answers. So therefore, now anyway, this is my impression because in the exams always there's a risk. That is why, right? Not everyone is getting 100 out of 100. Even right, if even I go to the exams, maybe I may not get 100 because there can be fuzzy questions. But if I feel like examiner is more interested about the difference between hacker and cracker, hacker is more less criminal, cracker is with more criminal intention. Okay, let's assume like that and see whether we can get an answer. They are bored and lonely antisocial teenagers who attack computer systems as a challenge uh, and sometimes for profit. But it says sometimes for profit. So therefore, it looks like reasonable for hacker because it says sometimes, but usually because they are bored and they just want to, right? So therefore, I'll go for that. But anyway, this word is little bit here and there because it says profit. They are IT skilled people who attack computer system for individual and business form of competition. But that is more for cracker because it's IT skilled people who are doing it sort of a vicious purposes and so on, right? Anyway, this can be really a fuzzy answer. But anyway, I will not go for that. They are organized crimes. So if they say organized crimes, definitely cracker. Therefore, I'll definitely not go for C. But now I'm little bit confused whether I should go for both A, B or just A. Because B is also IT skilled people. Of course, if you are not IT skilled, you can't do hacking or cracking. And business form of individuals and businesses as a form of competition. I don't know whether this is a very good word. Businesses, I don't think that businesses do hacking. Of course, businesses are not supposed to do hacking. Maybe teenagers do hacking. So therefore, still I will not go for B. I'll go for A because anyway, at least one must be answer. But again, something for profit, sometimes for profit, I don't like. But anyway, in general, I'll go for A. In general, I'll go for A because it says and teenagers just as a challenge and so on. So therefore, I'll go for A. I hope examiner. Anyway, A and B is not the answer. So that is good news for me. A and B is, there's no answer like A and B. So therefore, I'll go for one. I'll go for one. 22, I'll go for A, 1. Examiner has taken 5. So that means examiner has taken all. So that means definitely examiner has not considered about this differentiation between hacker and cracker. So examiner has taken just hacker as a general term. Okay, general term. So that is the first time I got an answer wrong. By the way, anyway, that question is really fuzzy, right? Because I told you that sometimes we use the word hacker as a general term. Sometimes we use two words, hacker and cracker. So in this question, examiner has only considered hacker as a general term. Okay. So let's ask from ChatGPT also whether ChatGPT did refer to it as hacker cracker too. Of course, the two words are there. Explain hacker. Let's say whether ChatGPT refer to cracker also. Maybe it may not because I'm asking only about the hacker. So sometimes it explains the word cracker also. It's, it's only considering the hacker, not cracker. Right. So these are hacking mechanisms. Okay. So that is because I only ask about hacker. Okay. So, so in the exam paper, again, if you get something like that, don't go into the difference between hacker and cracker. Rather just stick with the word hacker. Hacker as a general term. Okay. Hacker as a general term. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Just don't get into the word cracker. Stay with the word hacker as a general term. So if anyone for vicious purpose or just for fun or just because they are bored, if they try to access others' information system, just consider it as a hacker. Okay. Right. 23. Which is the most suitable HTML form elements input type in which the user can enter his credit card secret number. If it is a secret number, secret numbers are not supposed to be displayed in the screen on the screen. So therefore, I'll not go for text area. Or anyway, checkbox is not going to work anyway. Right. The hidden means the field is not shown. So hidden fields are just to send a data without showing it in the browser. Text is not good enough because it says it must be secret now. So therefore, I'll go for password field. Because in password, the data is shown as dot show stars. You can type it, but even you can't see it in the screen. So definitely the answer must be fourth one. Yes, 4. 24. Consider the following statement regarding, you can see this paper is more theory paper. Right? More theory paper. Rather than asking about some calculations, technical things, at least so far. Consider the following statement regarding extended ER diagram. So remember, extended ER diagrams means ER diagrams that extended to support object-oriented concepts. Okay. That is something like inheritance. But in general, also sometimes people call it ER diagrams for ER diagrams also. Okay. Right. ER model includes all the concepts of the original ER model. Yes. So ER include all the concepts of the ER plus support for object-oriented concepts. Okay. I'll go for A. Correct. ER model has additional concept of specialization, generalization. Yes, specialization, generalization is inheritance. Right. Dog is a special case of animal. Savings account is a special case of account. Or account is a general case of savings account, current account, and so on. So that is called inheritance. Inheritance is a concept of object orientation. So generalization, specialization is another word for inheritance. Yes. So ER diagram support it. ER model include new concepts to model the weak entity. Right. So I'm not 100% sure whether the modeling weak entity is part of the ER or it's a normal thing. Because in normal situations also we use weak entity. So again, this is very debatable answer. I don't know whether the examiner will go for this or not. But for me, answer is A and B only. But there's a possibility examiner might take C also. But I feel like weak entity is not a object-oriented concept. I'll go for 3, but I don't know whether examiner go for 5. Examiner has taken 4th one. That is a strange part. So that is how comes that? So the examiner's answer is 24, third one. All right, correct. Sorry. It's my mistake. I was looking at the 23rd answer. 24th answer is third one. Yeah, 24th answer is third one. Yes, that is correct. That is my answer also. So that means weak entity is not considered as something to do with the object orientation. So weak entity is a normal general concept. So the inheritance is the one that's supported by extended DR. Okay. For generalization, specialization. Right. So the answer is correct, third one. Right, 25. Which of the following are properties of a signal? So you know what is a signal is, we discuss under networking. So there can be analog signals, there can be digital signals. Of course, we are interested in binary digital signals. Okay. Right. So in general, when we say signal, mostly we refer to analog signal. You can see the words amplitude, frequency. Right. Which of the following are the properties of a signal? It looks like amplitude is everywhere. So therefore, we need to take it anyway. Clock time is not directly related to a signal. Of course, clock time can be also play a part role, like maybe this is your clock time, and something like this. But anyway, let's try to take the direct answers. So I'll take frequency also. Remember amplitude, frequency, phase, those are general concepts. Okay, wavelength. So therefore, I'll get rid of this clock time. Impulse is also, it will influence the wave, but it is not a property of the wave, signal. Okay, signal or the wave. So impulse is basically some distortions. Okay. Phase is okay, but I will not take time as a property, impulse as a property. Again, time as a property. So here clock time is there, frequency and wavelength is okay. So therefore I'll go for third one. Because that is pretty much no debate. Amplitude, frequency, phase, and wavelength. So those are the basic properties that we discussed in the very first day when we discuss computer networks, physical layer properties, waves. At 25, I'll go for 3. Yes, answer is third one. At 26. So that should be easy question, guided media. Remember that we can subdivide media into guided and unguided. Guided, unguided. So guided include copper or fiber optics. And copper can be twisted pair, coaxial. Twisted pair can be shielded and unshielded. And unguided, it's based on the frequency. We can say whether it's radio waves, microwaves, infrared, and so on. It's all about guided media. So I'll not take infrared. Satellite communication you can't do with guided media. Okay. So here again, microwave is there, infrared is there. So the answer is third one. Coaxial cables, fiber optics, twisted pair. So the answer is obviously third one. Yes, answer is third one. Okay. Answer is third one. Right, 27. Frequency modulation technique is used to change only. So frequency modulation means we use the frequency to do the modulation. Remember, frequency modulation is there, amplitude modulation is there, phase is there, phase modulation. So if it is frequency modulation, basically we use frequency to represent. Maybe one frequency is 1, other frequency is 0. Maybe this is 1 and 0. Again 1, 0. Maybe 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, and so on. So therefore, if it is frequency modulation, definitely the property is frequency. So that should be something like in which month the revolution of October revolution occurs. So the word answer is there in the question. And 27 will go for 4. 4th. So 27th is 4th. 28th. Which of the following is a valid example for a PHP variable names, remember variable names cannot have spaces. You can't have any special character other than dollar and underscore. And also keyword it's alone can't be used. Keyword alone. If you have less character or more characters, that is fine. Okay. So therefore, I'll just get rid of the obvious. So this has spaces. So and is not allowed. Only dollar. Okay. I don't know if the dollar. No. Dollar is also there, but definitely ampersand is not allowed. So is dollar allowed? In most of the languages, dollar allowed, but I'm not very sure. They talk about sorry, this is to PHP, not Python. Right? This is Python. So therefore, sorry, this is sorry, not Python. This is PHP. In PHP, your variable name must start with dollar. Sorry for that. Okay, I thought this is Python. Actually, now only I found that it is PHP. So in PHP, your variable name must start with dollar. Rest of the stuff you can have only underscore, right? As a special character. So therefore, this is obvious. Sorry for that. I thought it is earlier. I thought this is Python, but not PHP. So therefore, it must start with dollar. So therefore, we have only two answers now. But this one new space. Spaces are not allowed. So therefore, this can't be. So therefore, obviously, answer must be fourth. 28th answer is fourth one. Yes. That is super easy question. Okay. 29. What is the binary equivalent of the decimal 54.25? Super easy question. We did this kind of questions. You convert 54 by keep dividing by 2. 27 0 13 1 6 1 3 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 0. Okay, that is 54. Again, let's double check. 27 0 13 1 6 1 3 0 1 1 0 1. Yes, 1 1 0 1 1 0. Then 0.25. So how do you change convert it? 0.25 you multiply by 2, 0.5. And take the fraction part again, multiply by 2, 1.0. When you get 0, you stop. Then you write the whole number part from top to bottom. So therefore 0, 1. Obviously this is 0.5, this is 0.25. No 0.5, but 0.25. Therefore definitely answer must be 110, 110.01. So this can't be the answer. This can't be the answer. This can't be the answer because finally it must be 0, 1. Then check this one. 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 1 1 0. Yeah. So answer must be 10. Okay. These two zeros has no meaning. 1 1 0 1 1 0 0.01. So the answer must be 29. Answer must be third one. Yes, 29 third. Right. Third 30. Which of the following is a valid example for CSS class selector? If it is class, you must use dot. Right. So therefore, obviously answer is 1 because you can see dot my class. Hash is for ID. And you can't just use the name. If it is a class, you must have the dot. So the answer is 30. Answer is 1. Yes. 31. Actually, this paper is relatively easy paper compared to the previous year also, 2018 also. But now these days things are getting more and more complex, challenging. Right, 31. Which of the following is false regarding HTML form method get and post? Remember, we have the get and post. Get, you can see the values in the query string. Post, you can't see the values in query string. So therefore, post is better in practical solution environments where you don't want to show the data, especially if it is passwords and so on. Right? Get is convenient when you are developing to troubleshoot and so on, but usually, and also get is convenient if you want to bookmark your submission as a page. Otherwise, we always go for post. Right? Both methods are used to transfer data from client side to server. That is correct. Get method is more efficient than post method. Just keep that. Okay, I'll explain. Get method is more suitable to send sensitive data. Definitely no. For sensitive data, we must go for post. So therefore, that is the answer. We already got the answer. Right. Get method is not more suitable. Get method is less suitable or not suitable for sensitive data. Now you know that the other answers are anyway wrong. Post method doesn't have a limit on size of data. Actually, post method has a limit. Okay. Sorry, get method has a limit. Sorry, get method has a limit. Post method doesn't have a limit because get method has a limit because there's a limit for the query string. Post request cannot be bookmarked. That is correct because post cannot be bookmarked. Get can be bookmarked because in the get you have the query string at the end of the page with ampersand and so on. So therefore, post method cannot be bookmarked is correct. It is the get that you can bookmark. So they are asking for false answers. So therefore, this is correct answer. Post method doesn't have a limit on size of data, correct? The limit on size is for the get method. And this is also correct. Get method is more efficient. Yes, get method is more efficient than post. But what they are looking for is false answers. So this is the definitely false answer. Get method is more suitable is false. Get method is not suitable. 31.3. 3. 32. Consider the following statement related to above mission. Which of the above statements related to this mission is valid? I'm just getting the context before reading the explanations. Okay. The diagram shows variations of value of information with time for 5 events of a single mission in the chronological order. Chronological means time, earliest to latest. That is usually time pass from left to right. Information about the entire mission, especially about the occurrences of the each event, is made available on online real time. So it's a mission. So then and there's an event, you immediately inform it. That is the idea. That is what is called online real time. You don't wait. The moment event happens, you report it or you uh, inform it. Okay. Now again read. The diagram shows the variations of value. You know that the highest value of information is at the information creation time, and its value goes down with time pass. So therefore, that is why you have that general. Maybe this is where this particular information is created. Maybe Q information is created at this point. R information is created at this point. S information is created at this point. But it looks like S information is more valuable. Okay, I don't know. Or maybe, yeah, let's see. Because you can see this start here, this start here, this start here, this start here, this start here. But all have the same similar sort of a value versus time curve. Okay. Right. Consider the following statement related to the above mission. Only the event P, Q, and R comply with the golden rule of information. Golden rule of information is highest value is at the information creation time, and then it goes down. Okay. Only the event P, Q, R, not right. Even S and T has that kind of a shape. So therefore, I'll say no. Event S has the highest demand. S, it looks like yes, because highest value is there and needs to be facilitated with the highest technical resources. Maybe yes, right? Because if it has the highest value, right? So you must more concentrate on that. But of course, every data is important for you. But it looks somewhat okay because definitely event S has the highest value. You can see the value of an event can be determined reasonably using the demand for the information about the particular event. Yes, right? So higher the demand, higher the value. So high demand means everyone is interested about it. If no one is interested, so that means it has less value or no value. Value of an event can be determined reasonably using the demand for the information about the particular event. So I'll say yes. So in that case, I'll go for B and C. I'll go for fourth one. Is that the answer? From the examiner's point of view, let's look at the answers. 32. Yes, examiner also has considered like that. Right. I hope that is not very fussy. So that is, I think, reasonable question. Okay. 33. Consider the following statement related to nature-inspired computing. So I just wonder whether this is the during the pandemic period, 2019, because this paper is super simple, only asking very basic things. Maybe this is okay. Let's double check. I'm just curious. When was COVID pandemic? Is it 2019? Yeah, you can see 2019. But anyway, initial outbreak was 2019, but this looks like 2019 paper must be before COVID. Right. So usually it must be before COVID. This paper was there, but anyway, before COVID also, it looks like the paper is super easy. Okay, before COVID also. So this is before COVID because this is 2019 August paper. Anyway, this is uncommonly easy paper. Okay. Usually your papers are not this easy. Right, anyway, let's do it. Consider the following statement related to nature-inspired computing. Remember last week we discussed about the new trends, right? Nature-inspired computing. So we inspire from nature, some patterns from the trees, and also biological inspired computing is also part of the nature-inspired computing, like uh, inspired by human brain, our immune system. Okay. Right. Which of the following above statement is incorrect? In nature-inspired computing, natural phenomena or scenarios are observed and used to design and develop computing models to solve complex problems. Exactly. That is what is my nature-inspired. We inspire, learn from nature. Right. AI can use nature-inspired computing for improving its ability to understand and solve computational challenging problems. Yes, like neural networks. And also something like immune systems. Computing models and algorithms developed under nature-inspired computing can only be used in natural environments such as rainforest. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. Of course, we can use it for graphics processing and general AI and blah, blah, blah. So I'd say no. So therefore, I'll go for third one because it asking for incorrect answer. I'll go for 33, 3. Yes, answer is 3. Right, 34. What is the correct statement related to system deployment? Remember the planning stage or the preliminary investigation and feasibility study, then requirement analysis, system design, development, testing, deployment or implementation. So same thing, deployment, or if that is our solution is now deployed or implemented in a server, especially if it is web application and so on. So then evolution maintenance. Those are the traditional tasks. Of course, these tasks can be overlapping in modern software development. Like for example, testing can happen during development and so on. And also we can go for a cyclic development. But if you think waterfall approach, those are the activities. So deployment comes after testing, before maintenance and evolution in traditional sense. But in agile and other iterative approaches, these things can happen in each and every iteration as well. Right. So system deployment. Remember, there are different deployment strategies. Phase wise, pilot, parallel. Okay. Right. So we have discussed. And the note is available in your Google Classroom. Okay. So make sure if you have taken the notes somewhat early, again take those notes, because sometimes I upload new notes. Right? So you are 2024. Because whenever I do a change to the note, I upload it to your Google Classroom as well. Right? So we discuss this under system analysis and design. Right? So there we discuss about uh, system development tasks. System development tasks. Planning, requirement analysis, design, development, testing, deployment or implementation, evolution, maintenance, and reviews. So then we went one by one. And this is deployment, this is requirement analysis. Remember, we had a question about the functional versus non-functional requirements also. So we have covered everything. So design, program design. No, this is the sorry, this is development, and then testing. Remember, there was a question on testing. Unit testing, integration testing, system testing, some other testing like usability testing, performance testing, regression testing, and also user acceptance testing. And this is deploy. This question is from deploy. So site preparation, deployment, user training, startup. Okay. So these are the startup options. Direct, so that means we discontinue the old system and straight away start the new system. That is when you are pretty sure about your system and you don't see much of a risk. Maybe it is a small system. So then you can just in a particular time or particular day, you discontinue the old system and start the new system. But this is very risky. If it is a very big organization like critical system like banking systems, you don't do like this. So then the parallel. So you run both old and new system for some times and continuous. Then once you have the confidence, you just discontinue the old system. But during that period, you use both the system. Your data is entered to both the system. That is the least risk. Because if something goes wrong, still you can continue with your old system until the issues are fixed. Then phase implementation is you introduce the new features gradually. Maybe some functionalities initially, then some more functionalities and so on. Pilot means you implement or use the new system in a pilot site, like maybe one branch, and then you see whether how it's going on. If you're happy, then you roll out for other sites and so on. Maybe you implement it only, give it only for one set of customers. Like Facebook is doing that like that. YouTube, some features they only give it to one country. users from one country. That is a pilot. And they see how it's going. So if they are happy with it, so then they roll it out for the globally. Direct parallel says pilot. Right. So this question, direct deployment is the most complex and the slowest form of deploy. No, this is the easiest because you just discontinue the old one and continue with the new one. And this is not the slowest, this is the fastest. And this is the simplest, but this is the highest risk is here. So therefore, it's definitely wrong. It's not most complex or slowest. No. In pilot deployment, that is, you have it in a pilot site or pilot set of customers selected. In pilot deployment, all the users have the ability to use the system at the beginning. No. So that is pilot means only pilot branch or set of users get the new system. In parallel deployment, old and new systems are used at the same time. Exactly. Both old and new systems are used at the same time for some times until you get the confidence and then you discontinue the old system. So therefore, already we got the answer. Anyway, let's read the fourth and fifth. Phase deployment do not allow users to develop skills required for the new system gradually. That is wrong because phase means you gradually get new features. So that the users can gradually adapt to the new system. So therefore, they can gradually develop the skills to use the new system. So therefore, this is wrong because it says not allowed. Actually, it allowed. Phase deployment means the entire system is used in one location. No. Phase means maybe you introduce the new system to one location, to the another location, and so on. Or maybe you introduce some features, another set of features, another set of features. So therefore, this is not correct anyway. Okay. Anyway, we have got the answer. That is third one. So 34, third one. Yes, third. Right. 35 and onwards we'll do next time. Okay. So we have another 15 questions. So we will do these 15 questions and then move on to the 2019 second paper. So make sure you have done the 2019 second paper and of course the rest of the first paper before attending the next session. You can see that now we are going it faster because I think we took about 2 days to finish our first MCQ paper, but this MCQ paper is almost done. Okay, and today I want to stop a little bit early. Otherwise, actually we could have fully finished this today itself. But definitely we will finish this next time and also start second paper, structured paper. Okay, we stop at this point. Right. Thank you.